Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to test out a bunch of new makeup from Charlotte Tilbury. She released a lot of things for Christmas, for the holidays. I did a little haul on her website the other day and it just came to my door today. So we're going to create this look, testing out a lot of her products, almost a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. The foundation is Charlotte Tilbury, the concealer, the corrector, the mascara. The only thing that are not, I think, for today's video is the eyebrows and the eyeliner, like the eye pencil. We're gonna play with the instant look in a palette, gorgeous glowing beauty one with the luxury palette of Pops. Look at that, it's so cute. I'm gonna actually use some of her brushes that came in that little kit right here, a mini kit. Bunch of new makeup. So if you want to see how everything applies and learn how to create this look, please keep on watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to click on the little bell right here next to the subscribe button. A lot of you don't, and you're missing out on a lot of videos, so do that so that way you'll receive notifications as soon as there's a new video online. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can share with your friends, and without any further ado, let's get glowy and glam. Oh my, it's starting to feel like Christmas. It's October and I don't know why it's been a week now. I keep hearing Christmas songs in my head. I think it's because of all the holiday makeup being released right now. Don't you think it's a tiny bit early? I don't know. I'm still excited, but it's October. It's crazy. So I already prepped my skin. I used the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation, the corrector, and the Magic concealer in the shade 4, the foundation I'm shade 6, and for the corrector I'm medium 2. And I've done my eyebrows, not with a Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows, which I really like, but a new one I got, like the Flower Beauty Draw the Line eyebrow pencil in the shade Blonde, and I love that eyebrow pencil. It has that kind of waxy texture, but the color is bang on, and it's so easy to draw my eyebrows with it. I bought it from Ulta Beauty, and this time it wasn't too bad. Like, I didn't get my package like super late. Before starting with everything, I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of color on my lips, and I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. We'll put the full name right here, but that's a brand new lippy she came up with. I bought the magical mini brush set, 4 essential brushes for on-the-go makeup perfection. Love the theme, like that navy blue, the stars, super pretty packaging. Look at that velvety, luxurious pouch here. So pretty. That blue is stunning. This is magnetic, and when you open it, you have 4 brushes. So you have a powder brush for blusher, powder, and sculpting. It was very nice. So sorry guys, I didn't wash them because there was no time. I wanted to play with all of these as soon as possible, but it feels very, very nice. Then you have a blender brush, and you have a smudge brush. It's kind of a rounded, like a little dome, quite dense. So that would be nice to intensify in the outer corner. And finally, you have a precision brush for lip and eye. So it's true, I don't really use very often brushes for my lips, but this will feel very nice, like to do like a smoky eyeliner just with powder. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels very luxurious. And then I got the FilmStar Bronze Glow limited edition palette Dazzling with Swarovski crystals. Includes mini powder and sculpt brush. I love that brush. It's one of my favorite brushes. I have the original, and I believe they're the same shade, so it's just because I'm a beauty addict and I wanted that limited edition one because it's stunning. So that's the original one, and I had this for a long time now. And that's the new one. So that's the packaging. Beautiful work on the packaging. Well, the full size I have is in a makeup bag, but that's the mini size you get with the palette. I think that's great. That's a great deal. So cute. It's kind of a navy blue too. And this I just love for contour or even bronzer. Look at that beauty with those Swarovski crystals. That is luxe. So I will put the prices at the bottom for everything. But this is stunning. So same shade. Let's see. I think it looks, yeah, it looks like it's the same. The older one looks a bit darker, but I think it's probably because it's been used. I think this is a beautiful object. This is something I'll never throw, even if when I heat pan. I wish these would be like refillable actually. I wonder if you could, because this is so beautiful. So beautiful. So I'm not sure I'm going to use this today because we know it. It's just the packaging that is special. I got the Instant Look in a palette, Gorgeous Glowing Beauty. 5 minutes face on the go. I love these kind of palettes she makes. I have the Instant Look in a palette 5 minutes face on the go Beauty Glow, and I've been using this one so much on trips. And so for this one, the packaging is gorgeous as well. I know I look a bit washed out right now. Is it better? And hopefully I'm on focus. Look at that. Oh, such a pretty packaging. And there's no texture, like this is like a lacquer on top. But this is so pretty. This is how it looks like inside. You have a very nice mirror. So here you have the Eye Brighten. Then you have the Eye Enhance. Then you have the Eye Smoke, which is looks like a nice burgundy shade. Then you have the bronzer, which is like a nice color, I think. Then you have a Cheek Switch blush in the shade Caresse, and then the Cheek Pop blush pop, a nice pink, and then the highlighter powder. I want to use a little bit of this for the eyes, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a look with this first and then maybe do another look with one of the other items I got. I got the luxury palette of Pops. I'm going to use the brush from our duo, and I'm going to use the shade 4. It's a nice shade and it builds up very nicely. So it's a nice bronzer, it's warm. Now, I think if you're slightly darker than me, it might work, but for my friends with a deeper skin tone, I just wish all these brands, they will do like two options, you know, like Hourglass. I love their powders too, but I know for this one, they have a darker version, which I appreciate. Let's quickly compare the two bronzers. So that's the one in the Instant Look in a palette, quite warm, and then that's the one in this one, like a cooler tone. Like this one is definitely more like terracotta, and I'm gonna use the powder brush, like the blush brush, this little guy from the mini brush set. I'm gonna use first the Swish, which looks like almost like a highlight. You can look at it right now. No, it has a nice color. Oh, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Brilliant Nude from Hourglass. That's very pretty, that switch color. It doesn't look like much when you look at it. A little bit here. Super pretty. And now I'm going to use the shade Pop more in the center. I really like that brush actually for blush. It's really nice. It's soft. Packing on a tiny bit so you can see that, well, you can layer on very easily. Very nice. Okay. And now with my highlighter brush by the Sephora Pro Highlight number 98, one of my favorite brushes too, I'm going to use the highlight. It's subtle. It doesn't look too wet, but it doesn't look metallic either. So that's the new one. Here the blushes are much darker. The bronzer here is warmer, and the eyeshadows here are burgundy, like deeper too. The highlighter looked quite similar actually. And the blush here is way more pink. This one is more corally. On my lid, I'm actually gonna prep my lid with my NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. That's the shade Medium. It gives a nice even base to your lid. Blending brush from the mini kit. I'm not gonna set the primer. I'm gonna leave it like that. Usually she says 1, 2, 3, but my personal preference is to start with this and go reverse. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna use the shade Smoke, and let's see how that brush is doing. I did not set the primer, so hopefully it's not a bad idea. Since I'm using a new brush, a new eyeshadow, I'm going to try to hold it as far as I can since it's a mini. It's a nice burgundy shade. Well, I was wondering why the light was so different. I totally forgot to turn on one light. I really like how it's blending. I waited a bit longer here for my primer to dry and it worked a bit better. I think just because those bristles are very, very soft. The same shade on my lower lash line. I'm gonna use that little smudger brush. Very pretty, and I have a little bit of green in my eyes and it really makes the green pop. I really like that brush, it feels very nice. I'm going to intensify the outer corner. And this formula for the matte is very nice. You can build up very easily the intensity. Now I'm going to use the shade Enhance. I'm going to use another brush. I'm going to use a Sigma E25. It's better for this part of the eye. Let's use the Eye Brighten, the number 1, in the inner third with it. And now that the light is on, I'm just going to add a bit more of that chic and swish and pop, just to see how it's building up. It's very pretty, I really like that. You know what, before putting on mascara, I'm gonna try the luxury palette of pops for this look, because these are pop shadows, so you can use them on their own or on top of something else. So this is the packaging, very similar to the instant look in a palette, but smaller. This is so pretty. They did such a good job. So you have the shade Prime, Enhance, Pop, and Smoke, as per usual for Charlotte Tilbury. Looks like this one might be duochrome. The 2 first ones. And then the other ones, look at that. Lower the light here. And here are the swatches. This one is definitely duochrome. Very pretty. So I think I'm going to use some on top of that look with this shade, Smoke. I'm going to intensify the outer corner. I wonder how it's going to behave on top of powder. We shall see. And I'm using a dry brush. I'm going to go in the crease with it. I'm tempted to use all the shades because it's so pretty. I think I'm gonna use this shade. I want to try this one because it looks so pretty and wet. And let's see, because I have powder here, so it might not behave like it could behave on a bare lid. Oh, it's still very pretty. Very nice. Ooh. It works great with a finger, of course. You know what, I'm going to try that Smoke shade with Pinky. Oh, I can tell I'm already loving this eyeshadow palette here. I want to use all the shades. Might have to do another look. I'm going to zoom you in. Look at that. It's so pretty already. I think I'm going to use the shade Pop right here in the inner third. And keep in mind, I already have powder under, so pretty sure they will be even more sparkly. I think I can already tell I prefer this one over the Pillow Talk Luxury of Pop palette. It's just because there is more diversity. I'm gonna take the same shade with that little small brush from the mini brush set. I'm gonna take this shade. Why not? I'm gonna try to use all of them. This one you can see actually the glitters are way more chunky. Do a light wash from the inner third to the center of the lid. Of course, you don't have to play with all the shadows. I'm just too excited. I think it's super pretty, super pretty. I want to intensify with that dark plum shade. And I'm actually going to try to wet the brush. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's very nice wet too. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the bigger palette and I'm gonna take the shade just to blend a tiny bit more. And these mattes are blending so well too. Oh, so nice. Well, I'm really happy with both the palettes. I really like both, but I got really excited with the luxury palette of Pops. This one is stunning inside and out. I will create more looks with it for sure. Alright, and that is the final look for this almost full face of Charlotte Tilbury. I love the face palette. Look at that finish here. Look at that glow on the cheeks. I'm glad the light is better now, so you can actually see the results. I applied a tiny bit more of the lippy, and I applied the mascara Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2. I got a little sample. When you order from our website, you can pick samples, and I love picking up the mini mascaras. So this one is really good. I'm going to zoom you in a second. In my waterline, I use the Pixi by Petra Endless Silky Eye Pen in Black Cocoa. So that's the brown shade. You see me using the black one all the time. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal eye crown pencil somewhere in a purse or a travel bag because I love these too, but Pixi by Petra, they're super creamy, super pigmented. I think this looks so good. The skin looks beautiful, it looks glowy, healthy, flawless. That foundation is beautiful. I love it. I put it in my little recent favorite videos. You know, I create a look. It's a short video actually, a 13-minute video, but I'm creating a look with it and I just love that foundation. And those little brushes, first of all, I think this is such a nice gift. It's beautiful, it's luxury, like everything, you know, is well thought. I love the eyes. I love the combination of both palettes just because this one has the matte here that actually completes perfectly the luxury palette of Pops. So I'm gonna put them side by side. If you have a color like that in your collection, you don't necessarily need to buy the palette, but this is such a great value. This little palette, I'm so glad I got it. If you're hesitating between this one and the Pillow Talk Luxury of Pops, I know they're very different, but if you want something with a little bit more variety, find this one way more interesting, to be honest. I will recommend this one, and I believe it is limited edition. Used wet, this can be a beautiful eyeliner. All these shadows, I'm sure wet, they will look beautiful individually or all paired together. Today I wanted to play with all of them, but these two shades together can create something very beautiful too. That dark plum with that bronzy shade, super pretty. I really like this one that is like duochrome. I'm gonna swatch it for you again. Look at that. I'm gonna do that for this one too. I really love it. They're so pretty. The formula is beautiful. It's stunning. Yeah, I'm super impressed with this one in particular. This palette is great. I think it's a great value too, and these shades are easy for every day. It's very nice. Now, the only bummer for me is just that it won't go on every skin tone. Like darker skin tones, it's going to be a bit difficult for them, I think. When it's limited edition too, I'm sure. And you get so much product in it. You can create everyday looks. This combo on my cheeks, look at that. It's so glowy. It's so beautiful. I love the blushes. They're not too pink, not too intense, but they give a nice glow to your cheek and just the right amount of rosiness. The highlighter is very nice. It's not too metallic. It's very subtle. And actually, when you maybe use a mist to set your makeup, it makes it pop a bit more. The matte here is beautiful. It blends very easily, builds up very easily. These are nice too. I will have to use them again, of course, because I got way more excited with this little palette, to be honest. But this is a very nice one, and it allows you to use and to try a lot of Charlotte Tilbury's products all in one. I think this is a good deal, and you get a lot of products here. These ones are 6 grams and these ones are 2 grams each. So the mascara, actually, Legendary Lashes Volume 2, is really nice. Really nice. I never tried it before. I don't think I did. And it looks really good. The Pixi by Petra liner. So you see it's like that nice deep chocolate. And I think it complements the look very well. The cheeks, I really like how it looks. The bronzer is really nice. It's warm. It sits beautifully on that Charlotte Tilbury foundation. It does not emphasize my texture, neither does the highlighter. I think it looks beautiful, very natural, very glowy. And the lips, I think it looks really pretty too. Very comfortable on the lips too. The brushes, they're really nice. Now I think I want to wash them and play with them again, but I really liked the powder blush brush. I like the Sculpt one. I use the full size once again, so I know I love it. The little ones are really nice too. This one is really nice, like to do, you know, like a little smoky line with it. I really like that. This one is nice to build up the intensity in the outer corner and to smudge, you know, to elongate if you want. And the blender brush is really nice. Now it's really soft, so if you use it on a primer that is not completely set, it might grip a little bit. Oh, you know something I didn't use today? I'll use it maybe in another video for Charlotte Tilbury. Maybe I'll do a full face of Charlotte Tilbury with you guys. So she launched false lashes as well. And so I bought the Charlotte Secret Lash Tricks. Easy to apply lashes to trick and transform your eye look. So I got the cat eye corner lash. It says these lashes are the secret to lifting the eyes. They give the illusion of a more almond shape and mesmerizing gaze. I wasn't sure if it was coming with a lash glue, so I'm just going to show you right away. Yes, it does. Okay. Honestly, right now, I don't want to do it right now because I love the look as it is, and I think the mascara did a good job, but it does come with a lash glue, and these are the lashes. So that's the cat eye. They look nice. They look really nice. I'll try them in another video. I'll play more with all of these. You'll see them in action again in a get ready video or a favorites video, who knows. I'm really pumped. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you would like to see next. Would you like to see another video just dedicated to that little palette? I can do that. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram because I post a lot of things, a lot of polls, and a lot of looks with the details. So go ahead and give me a follow. Thank you, have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.